Good morning, everybody. I'm here in Tlaquepaque, Mexico, in a park. I'm just going to film. This is the second long-form video I'll be having on this channel. Just want to update what the channel's all about. And if people checked out the first video, it was actually me landing in a plane in Ecuador, all excited about relocating to Cuenca, Ecuador. And that quite didn't work out. I was only there for a month. And I was supposed to be there for 3 months, but some things went down that completely surprised me. So I'm going to update on that and then what's been going on with this channel. So basically, Cuenca, Ecuador is a expat haven. There's like 12,000 North Americans and Canadians who have retired there, and it has a really good infrastructure for expats with medical. The visa is one of the easiest ones to get for Latin America, and what I learned is when I went there, I was hoping I could live there on between $1,200 to $1,500 a month, and I can tell you, one can live in Ecuador, a single person in a modern apartment for $1,000 a month, and almost go out to eat every day. Breakfasts are like $2 to $3, lunches are like $3.50. Dinners, you can go to $5. It's just hard to spend money there. Everything is cheap. Taxis are like the airport to my Airbnb in the Centro was only like $1.75. Airports, taxis around the city are like $2. It's just very difficult to spend money there. And I had a blast. The first 18 days, I had no problems at all. I was a little woozy from the air pollution. There's a lot of buses and there's a lot of motorcycles and cars. The streets are very narrow, but it's mostly the buses, I think. And also, it didn't rain. There's been a historic drought in Ecuador, and so the rain was not putting down the air pollution. So I just felt a little off from that. So on day 18, I was looking for something at a store, and I had to go to like 6 stores. And I stopped at a restaurant. And I took my hoodie off, and I forgot to put it back on. It was a beautiful 70-degree day. And I was just wandering around, and I ended up getting UV pollution, air pollution, what do you ever call that? There's like a UV index, and in Ecuador, it's off the charts because it's on the equator. And it could be a beautiful 65 degrees day, but it's very dangerous. You have to be fully clothed, sunblock, hat, all that stuff. So I was walking around for like 2 hours, and then later that night, I just felt off. So the next day, I had to complete my task. And I got about 2 blocks, and I just completely lost all will to live. And I made it back to my hotel. I got a fever, I got a massive cold, and I was sick for a full week. So after that week, I healed up, and the people in my Airbnb was like a apartment behind a hotel, and they knew something was up because I didn't leave for like 2 days. And they started like inquiring, and they started bringing me medicine and soup, and helped me get to a doctor, all that stuff. So they were amazing. I'm very grateful that it's a family that ran the hotel. I think it's owned by foreigners in North America. So I healed up, and then all the symptoms were gone. The fever was gone, the cold was gone, and I went for a walk, and I couldn't even make it 2 blocks. And I got like vertigo, and my head was spinning. I had to sit down. People were asking me if I was okay, and I went back to my apartment. And this lasted for like 4 days. I went to a doctor again, and they told me they were supposed to speak English when I got there, but she spoke very little English, and she just gave me a bunch of like antibiotics and cold medicine and stuff like that. It was not a good evaluation. So I had a feeling it was the elevation got to me, that I got sick, and then I was having problems with it. But I was surprised because I lived in Bogota 10, 12 years ago. It's the same elevation, 8,300, and I never had a problem once in Bogota. But I am older, and I am like 50 pounds heavier. So that had something to play with it. So I kind of panicked, and I wanted to see, and I jumped on a plane, and I flew to the coast at like sea level. And within 12 hours, all the symptoms were gone. And I didn't want to go back up. It was so devastating, the medical effects. So I went to the coast for a week, and I toured the coast by bus, and I'm really glad I did it, and I got to see part of Ecuador that I didn't think I was going to see so early. So I went to a town called Montanita, which is like a famous beach surf party town, and it was crazy. Like, I'm 52, and I do like to party, but I'm kind of out of my party stage. And it was more like a Mad Max type environment, just so aggro, partying till like 8 in the morning. and I really liked it. But it was one of those places that you just get lulled into complacency, sleep till noon to 1 and 2, and then you just go party again. And I'm not a surfer, and I don't smoke weed anymore, which I used to, so it's a big weed place. So I ended up just going back to the States after 30 days. And I was disappointed because I really wanted Ecuador to work, but I just couldn't do it. So I decided just to go to Mexico. So here I am in Mexico. So I'm actually going to be titling this video, The Unfortunate Cuenca, Gringo, Trifecta Separator. And there's 3 things that a lot of gringos might have an issue with that I experienced. First is the sun UV index. Second is the air pollution. And third is, which gets a lot of people, is the elevation. And for some people they can adapt, some people they can't. So I'm now actually in Mexico 6,100. So they say it's 7,000 is the line. So I'm kind of retraining myself at 6,100. And the goal is to go to 7 and up in Mexico eventually. And maybe I can get back down to Ecuador. But right now I'm focused on Mexico. So why Mexico? Well, obviously it's close to the United States, and I crossed over at the San Diego border. There's a tunnel you go under, Cross Border Express or something like that, and it's so easy. And I was able to get the 6-month visa, tourist visa. So Mexico is cracking down on this visa. So I have no idea what's going to happen the second time I go, if I go back and then I come back through again. And temporary residency is very difficult to get. You need like over 4,000 in monthly earnings with pay stubs, where you need to show 72K with investments, and that's this year. It's going to change next year. So the first one I'm not going to be able to do because I'm not working right now. I'm not getting pay stubs. But the second one I can arrange, but that's going to take some time. I need to shuffle some accounts. Cryptocurrency can't be used, and you need to have those accounts showing for 6 to 12 months. So I think what I'm going to do is just see what happens if I can get the second 6-month visa. So right now this channel is named One Pueblo Mágico at a Time. That might change because that's kind of a hard name for people to remember, and that's the way you Google it. You have to Google the channel name. The handle won't come up. It's going to be the channel. That might change, but right now that's my goal because Pueblo Mágicos are friggin' amazing. This is the second one I've been in Tlaquepaque. I was in Ajijic, which is another Gringo expat haven, which is unbelievably amazing. I'm going back there soon, but that's totally overrun by Gringos. So I'm just going to talk to some people and see what they think. But right now, my goal is to visit all 12 of the Pueblo Mágicos in the state, Jalisco, and they're spread out. It's not easy. So it could take me 3 months to do, because I want to do at least 3 to 5 days in each one. Even though I've been here for like 10 days now in this one, and I was in Ajijic for 17. I just like to slow travel, but that's basically the goal, because I know the content will be amazing with these 12 pueblos. And my next goal is to go to Tequila, which is, I think, an hour from Guadalajara. I'm like 5 minutes from Guadalajara, and I'm in the metro area. It's like a suburb. So basically, that's what the channel's going to be all about. But I'm going to have other towns and other areas that are not Pueblo Mágicos. So we'll see about the name change. But right now, I think this video is at 8:40, and I think my camera, I'm on like a cheap old camera phone. This is the Square. It's amazing. There's a great church up there. There's a church up there. I think that my videos will cut off in 10 minutes, unless there's an adjustment I think I can make. I'm still figuring it out. But my goal is that people are interested, and I see I get a little traction. That I'll go, when I go back in March, I'll go buy one of those 360 new cameras that you can see my face too. I do have the ability to flip it to my face, but it can't be done. I can't flip it back and forth during the video. So I have to learn how to do edits and combine them together. Also, don't expect so much editing with my videos. I like just to go with it what it is, more gritty. And maybe down the road I'll be able to throw some Spanish subtitles and do some short edits to get this channel more interesting. So with that, this video is about to end. I appreciate everyone subscribing. I have 16 subscribers right now. I'm very grateful to every single one. It makes it so much more motivating. And hopefully I can blow this channel up. All right, thanks for watching. Have a great day.